Mmm. These are some good waffle fries. I'm on my lunch break, so I thought maybe we could chill and talk about a few things. We have a wonderful restaurant literally right across the alley here from our shop called Cock and Bull. And yep, Cock and Bull. And they make the world's greatest turkey sandwich. And they also have waffle fries, which I love. I have to be careful about eating that kind of stuff, just given that I'm a type 1 diabetic. Don't want to overdo it, but as you probably well know, not or stopping eating waffle fries is that's a difficult thing to do. It's tough. So I'm gonna sit here and eat in front of you, and we can discuss anything you'd like. Um, Chat where I can see it. My knees hurt. Welcome to the show. Thanks for being here. Um, yeah, I got a pretty interesting repair going on this one. Your comment about shit's broke, throw it away and buy a new one. Well, okay. I don't throw anything away, and you'll totally understand why I say that. In the guitar repair world, there are so many parts that come off of instruments that um, have met the end of their life for one reason or another. Um, and to be honest, the parts that I actually have to repair this were taken off of an instrument that met the end of its life for one reason or another, and it could have been 20 years ago. Um, yep, yep, yeah. That's my. I try and reuse or recycle anything and everything possible. And as if you've done any work at all on instruments like guitars, basses, violins, things like that, um, all too common that there's a specific part that's specific size for that specific instrument. And sometimes that becomes unobtainium to try and find something to replace that exact part. And in this case, I'm I'm shocked. And this actually this part that I have for this bass um, was salvaged by my journeyman Stu, uh, and he had the part. It's been sitting around for who knows how long. Yeah, all your parts have patches on them. Yeah, this will have a patch, but it'll be boy, a pretty good match and a patch. I hope you're having a good day. Again, I'm just kind of having some lunch right at the moment. Thought I'd kick off this live stream. Um, we have a very small staff here at our shop, and when two guys leave on the same day, which happens quite often, I end up not being able to go home to eat lunch. I usually go home for an hour and have lunch and let my brain acclimatize to all the repairs that I've been doing and catching up on communication, things like that. Today, I don't get to do that. Um, we haven't been, the shop hasn't been terribly busy with respect to foot traffic, which is fine. The weather's changing and holidays are coming up. Um, but we have been absolutely buried in car stereo installations. Sold a couple of televisions. We're doing an antenna install for a young lady here in the next couple days, and scheduling more car stereo installs, and then instruments just keep coming in. As the one that I have on my bench right now. So, shop's been pretty busy. Um, any questions anybody might have? Hello, Charlie. Welcome. Um, anything specific that you may have had an issue with on one of your own instruments that you might want some advice or an opinion about? Um, yeah. Charlie, man, I'm glad to see you here tonight or this afternoon. Um, Seems like we were just hanging just 12 hours ago, if that. fun, fun to watch Preston banging away on his guitar, and then good old Richard banging away on his guitar, and then I couldn't help it. It's funny. Last night I was sitting there watching Richard's live stream. Have you ever installed a K&K Mini Pure? Well, where's yeah. Yes, I have. And in fact, I've got. Let's see. I have an appointment let's see, November 18th to install this, which is for a bass, but it is a pure pickup. No preamp in this one. K&K are, in my humble opinion, the best acoustic pickups made. Yeah. Yeah, that was fun. If you're asking if they're easy to install, I've done several of them at this point in my career. And yes, the most important thing is to make sure that you have gel style super glue to attach the pickups. Do not use the runny shit. Do not. That, mark my words. I wouldn't lie to you, bro. I use, and I have been using this brand. It's MaxSecure CA glue. I've been using this for years, and luckily our shop right down the street from us, Hobby Habit, carries this stuff, so I don't even have to order it. I can walk down to their business and buy it from them. And this is the more thicker. They call it extra thick, and this stuff is great. It holds its form really well, and that way when you're going to put the pickup up in the inside of that instrument, you don't have to worry about the glue dripping on the interior of your guitar. They are fantastic pickups. Yeah. Oh, Gorilla Gel. I don't. Yeah, I don't use any Gorilla Glue products. I think more so out of experience more than anything else. But that's a important point. Gorilla Glue, anything that expands, which I know not all of their products are, the foam expanding glues, but that stuff is not allowed. On my bench, you can't use that stuff in guitar repair, so be careful of that. Definitely just use a normal CA glue that won't expand. Yep. Yeah, and again, they're really simple to install. You'll be shocked. You'll have to drill a 1/2-inch hole through the end pin where your output jack will mount to get the output jack to mount in there. And here's another thing that I would recommend you do is build yourself one of these. This is a 1/4-inch jack that's small enough to fit through a 1/2-inch hole. And so what I do with this is insert this up through it allows me to pull the output jack through the hole that I've drilled in the guitar, and makes that process really simple. And you don't have to stick your arm all the way up inside the guitar to get that to line up. Hello, Rody. Welcome, man. I'm kind of having lunch right at the moment, so we're just gonna have a little chat. And I'm eating some waffle fries, and these things are bomb. Yep. So if you can build one of these for yourself, Charlie, this can be a very, very helpful tool in doing an install on a pickup. I just have a piece of speaker wire soldered to this, and it holds just fine. You're not putting a ton of pressure on it to pull it through. And just a small piece of wire. Sometimes, you know, I say stuff is really simple, but I have tools built like that I use constantly. So, yeah, it's simple if you have the right tool. That's true in almost any trade. Yeah. Rody, it's great to see you. My knees hurt again. And Charlie, man, you guys, thanks for hanging with me. Any other questions? Rody, everything going good for you? Anything you're curious about in the world of repair? Or questions about a guitar setup or anything like that? Or my knees hurt? Anybody? Oh my. That is badass. These guys make some magnificent sandwiches. It's a hot turkey sandwich. And I believe they cook a fresh turkey every single day. Oh, Rody, man. Yeah, I hear that a lot from a lot of folks. And I live in a really small, I'm a long ways from everybody. If I lived in a big city, I wouldn't have the time that I have to be able to do this sort of stuff and interact with everyone. But boy, I hear that a lot. And I know that there are some very, very proficient and reputable guitar repair technicians all over our wonderful country and into Canada. I wish I could travel around and maybe do a month of service in certain areas. That might be a really cool way to grow my business and be able to help guys like yourself to be able to fly to wherever you live and take my tools with me. There's not a ton of tools, but yeah. LGO with a crack down the back. Oh boy. Yep. Yeah. Go mobile. Yeah. Yeah, I know that, and I appreciate that. God, you got a 65 Gibby LGO. I'm not familiar with that. I don't know if that's a typo or LG. Oh, I think that's a small acoustic guitar, if I'm not mistaken. I have an LG2 right now that I'm currently restoring. Ethan, what's up? Boy, that's something that that'd be worth fixing that. What's happening, brother?
Well, just came poking in and see Harry's bass up here.
Yeah. I'm just I'm getting ready to get started on it.
Yeah.
I'm just having a little bite to eat for lunch, and I'm doing a live stream right at the moment.
Sweet.
So if I
Sweet.
sound like
I was just on my way to go get some lunch. I was like, oh shoot, I
Nice,
wonder where that guitar's
nice.
at in the whole stream
Man,
of things.
I'd give you some of mine, but this is lunch and dinner for me, man. Look at these turkey sandwiches.
Oh yeah, those
bomb,
are
dude.
great, man. Those panini press sandwiches, those are awesome.
Mhm.
But, right on, dude. Well, I'm gonna get my lunch and log on to your fucking live stream then.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
hoping. Are they doing an open jam tonight?
Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna go, cause we've just been busy.
Yeah.
We haven't had a chance to like rehearse anything
Okay.
like all week, but Harry might be wanting to go.
Right. Yeah, that's
but
what.
I'm just tapped out, but yeah, I was gonna hit him up and see if he was gonna. I would assume he's gonna show up here at any moment at the tattoo shop because he's got the day off. Nothing better.
Harry does.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I told him I'd call him as soon as this thing was ready, but I'm just now getting started on it. So.
Cool.
All right. Are your axes and amps and everything working good?
Yeah, you got to try that full bore metal pedal out, man.
Okay.
I'll bring it by one of these days.
Yeah, drop it. Bring it with you to
fun.
work.
It's
It's
got
not
a
like
sweet
you
little scoop on it, and yeah, it's rad. It's
Yeah.
just a cool new option, and it helps me not flub out those tubes in my PV. It
Yeah.
makes those gains so much tighter and cleaner. I get the lows that I want without it overblowing that
Ooh.
like blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
It cuts all that
It gets
out.
farty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cuts all that out.
And it has a gate built into it also.
It does. I actually didn't even know it, but Zach Wild used to use a set of those MXR pedals, and the full bore was his standard that he'd run his tone through, and then he had 2 others that were his signatures combined with it. But,
Yeah.
yeah, I'll bring it by sometime.
Yeah, bring it over. I'll
Go
plug
get
it
my
in.
food and log on to your stream.
Yeah, there you go.
Sweet. Have a good
All right, I'm on. All right, brother. See you later. That was my buddy Ethan. He's a tattoo artist that lives next door. He did this. If you guys need a tattoo artist, this tattoo is actually in memory of my mom, Robin. And this one, he did this one also, which is in memory of my stepdad. And he taught me to tie that fishing knot, and Ethan made that fish hook for me. So it's very special stuff. And sorry, I had to show my guns. Eileen, hello. Let's see. I don't know why that's. Maybe you're not subscribed. Okay. Yeah. I don't have a ton of tattoos. Haven't ever gotten into that. So let me. Okay. 3/4 size. Yeah. Yeah. On that, my short scale bass says the string should be stupid low at the 12th fret. But the relief with the truss rod doesn't change anything at the 12th fret. Yeah, your saddles will change your pickup height, and we'll probably do an adjustment on this one. I just have a few more minutes to kind of chat, and then I'm going to get started on this guitar, or this bass, I should say. It's not a guitar, it's a bass, Freudian slip. Yeah. It was actually, you know, man, we called it the trilene knot. I don't know if that would also be known as a polymer knot. I heard about the polymer knots, and forgive me, no, it was not the trilene knot. This is an egg loop, and my stepdad taught me to tie that when I was about 6 years old. He sat me down at a bench. We were camping at our favorite campground here in Oregon that we went summer steelhead fishing at. I'm not going to tell you the name of it, but otherwise it'll just get flooded with millions of people, right? But I was 6 years old, and it was the first like real. He had just married my mom, and I didn't know him real well. They had got married kind of quickly, shotgun wedding, you know. I have a stepbrother to prove it. But he sat me down at this picnic table in the campground. It was just he and I, and it was the first time that I had an interaction like that with him, where he took the time to show me how to tie this egg loop, and they're fairly difficult knot to tie. And he sat there as patient as could be, sipping on his Olympia beer, and he'd show me how to do this. And okay, I push the knot, the string, now wrap it around there 6 times. Pull. Memories, very fun. Oh, Stephen, hello. Okay, cool. Stephen, it's great to see you here. I hope you're having a great day. Zach, hey buddy, what's going on? And Eileen, again, thank you for being here. Yeah, so that was and this tattoo is in the same exact location that my stepdad had this on. And I remember the reason I got this was because it was the first human being I'd ever seen with a tattoo. I don't think I was I was 4 years old when my stepdad arrived on the scene. I might have been, no, I think I was 5. Yeah, because they got married fairly quickly. And I saw that tattoo on his arm, and it was just, and I knew Popeye, you know, and he had those tattoos on his arms, and it was a game changer for me. It was just astonishing that somebody had this picture on their skin. Uh, so I have the same one. And he was a member of the military. He got his, I believe, in maybe in Mississippi. He might have been in Mississippi during the Vietnam era. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my. Hey. Oh, that's great, Charlie. It's such a cool thing to do. These meaningful tattoos. All right. So enough of that. And I appreciate the interest. It's kind of fun. And I have a blast with sharing these with folks. And they look really cool. They're kind of rock and roll, but then they still have their kind of soft side, especially my robin. My mom's name was Robin, so thus the robin bird. And we had those flowers growing outside of my home. Everywhere my mom lived, she had one of those. They're a lilac, doggone it. My brain's not going to serve me correctly right now, but they smell divine. And they have these beautiful pink flowers, and they only last for just a week, and then they go away. I cannot remember. Oh, thanks. I can't remember what they're called. I've been focused on this guitar. Okay. Let me. Jenny, don't change your number. I need to make you mine. All right, let's get get to the bench here. So, what I've got today is a Yamaha bass with multiple issues. First thing is the output jack. Please stop calling it an input jack, guys. Please. If you put signal into that jack, where does it go? Right? It's an output jack. So, you know, I always say that. And don't tie knots in your strings when you're putting them on your guitar. There you go. We've covered that bass. All right, so let's get down here. I'm gonna get that pickup out of my way. Get my good old soldering iron. We'll get down here and get into the mess of this guitar. So. Let's see if I can. There we go. Ooh, that's tight. So the output jack is broken. The ground has come loose. And another mistake with this installation is that they've got the ground connected to the tip, and they've got the lead connected to the shaft of the output jack. So I'm gonna swap that around, and I'm gonna grab a new I'm gonna grab a new output jack for this. I got bags of these things laying around. So we will pull a new one out of here. And I like to, when I'm putting these in instruments, a little piece of I don't know what that's all about, but we'll keep it in there just in case. I like to take these pins and bend them a little bit, kind of make them a little bit tighter, potentially. So we've got to replace that. I'm going to try and do that in front of you as quickly as I can, so that we're not sitting here watching somebody solder. That's really fun, isn't it? And if you haven't soldered before, you might find this interesting, and how you do this. I'm hoping I can. Let's see. Okay. I like it. Oh yeah, Rody, that's cool, man. Yeah, I have a lot of family military history. I lost a couple of uncles in World War II, and my stepdad served in Vietnam, and his brother also served over there. I was never able to join the military, or I would have, because I'm a type 1 diabetic, and they wouldn't take me. Okay, and I'm finding spare parts down in here. that bouncing around inside the guitar is probably not the best thing to be happening. I have no, it may have come off of that jack. I don't know. So I'm just kind of hoping, let me get this pointed in a little better place here. Try and centralize the, I'm talking to my cameraman. Transmitter, right. Yeah. Hey Nelson, welcome brother. Okay, so I'm gonna desolder, and this is not even, can you look at that? So there's a strand of wire that's attached, but I think you can probably see that that wire is not soldered correctly. See if that's hot enough. Still waiting for my gun. There we go. So there's the old one. And you know, I say I don't throw anything away, but these I do not reuse these. That goes in the garbage can. All right. So again, you want to connect the lead to the tip, and you want to connect the ground to the ground. So we've got the tip here and the ground here. I don't have a lot of extra wire, so I'm gonna see. I'm gonna see if I can make the little bit of wire that's here work. And the other thing I'm gonna do is take my razor blade and scrape this a little bit to make sure I've got good clean surface to get solder to stick to, and remove any little straggly wimpy pieces of metal from the wire. And now I'm going to, let's see what kind of, yeah, we're going to be easily close enough. So I'm going to, we don't have a lot of wire to mess with here, so I'm going to snip the very end of this off so that I can get down to fresh wire. And there's a little straggler, that's all right. We don't need a whole lot of wire exposed here to do this. So I usually use a razor blade on this teeny little guitar wire. And there we go. Got a nice. And the other thing is, on these new jacks, take your razor blade or screwdriver and score the surfaces on these ones. These are pretty inexpensive jacks. They're not like, I can't remember the brand. Oh, my brain's not working. I can't even think of the flower that my mom grew at our home. I keep wanting to say lilac, but that's not correct. And I love my houseplants. So I'm scoring this just to knock any coating that's on there off of there. And I'm going to take grab me a new clean rag. Put this over the instrument, so hopefully not get any drops of solder. Drops of Jupiter in her hair. Hey, 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 yeah. What was that song about? Good grief. Okay. Now I'm tinning the wire, the ground. And the important part of soldering is that you get the metal hot enough to melt the solder. You don't just use the tip of your torch. You know, anybody can do that. You've got to get this metal hot enough to melt the solder so that you get a good soldering penetration of the wire. All right, so here is our lead. I'm going to attach that first, and what I'm going to do here, I'm going to bend this at an angle, at a very small angle. I'm hoping that I'm keeping everything in the frame here, because I want to make a decent mechanical joint here. And I'm gonna, I'm gonna grab my my other pair of hands here. Hopefully you guys can see this clearly. I haven't gotten all my measuring devices in the way. All right. Hey Sue, I'm in the middle of soldering right here. I can't answer that call. And like I said, if you want a wire to go one place, it will go everywhere but that one place you want it to go. There we go. Got a good solid joint there. That's way too much solder, but it's alright. We'll survive. Now, I'll get this ground run over to here. We just have barely enough wire here to get it. And I don't mind that being somewhat tight with respect to the amount of distance I've got to cover here. I just want to make sure that I get that penetrating the hole, and I'm going to go ahead and bend this out a little, which will allow me to make a good solid contact. And stuff can be a little tricky. I could have stripped the wire, but I don't have a lot of extra wire, so we're just gonna get it like this, looking good. And I'm tinning my soldering iron here.
Yeah, it shouldn't be too bad. I just loaded it up here, but let me look at my calendar and see what I can.
There we go. And now we have a new output jack ready to be mounted. So we've got that done. Any questions about soldering? Yeah? Let's see. Yeah. Oh, that's cool, Eileen. Output jack. Yeah. Okay. Now, let's see if this lock washer fits on the back side of this. I do not. I'm going to see if I have a different lock washer that'll fit that. I'm just not real. I don't want to reuse an old washer. It's probably been flattened out. And let's see. One of these. Oh boy. Dang it. That is like a millimeter too small. Less than a millimeter. Dag nabbit. Well, let's try a different one. Maybe we'll get lucky. Just that one didn't fit. Nope. Doggone it, I would love for that to fit on there. Put around. Nope. Alright. Well, let's check this one. Doggone, that's close. Nope. So we're gonna have to use a bigger one. Use a big bad boy. That one's way too big, but it will definitely work to keep this jack solid. So I'm gonna go ahead and push that through the hole. Oh, let's test it first. What do you say? Let's see if it works. Probably volume shut off. Oh, that thing is perfectly in tune. Nice. Oh, but the output jack works. Or would you rather me call it an input jack? You prefer input jack? Pull this through here. Put our lock washer on. Put our cover plate. Ooh, our cover plate's cracked. Look at that. Ooh. Oh boy. Okay. Before I do anything else, I've got to get some glue on that. And in this case, oh, shut up. My amp making noise. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and use the very runny CA glue. Let me get my my speed up special sauce here. Speed up the drying process. All right. I'm hoping. Okay. I'm gonna bend it ever so slightly, in hopes that. This is why I say don't use this stuff when you're putting it on a pickup installation like a Can-K. Because it will go everywhere. Woohoo! Oh, and it's stuck. I glued it. See, that's what I mean. I glued it to my workbench. Look at that. But now at least it won't fall apart. Okay. There we go. Looks nice. I'm happy with that. Put that on there, put that on there, put that on there. These little teeny nuts. Oh my God, are you kidding me? Really? There we go. That thing wanted to play hard to get. This is a plastic, unfortunately, obviously it's a plastic output jack holder. Rather inexpensive instrument, so. But Yamaha basses, even their cheap ass basses, are really killer. Okay, so there's that. Now I can tell, oh yeah, I bent that out a little bit, so I'm going to bend these back a little so we can get them inside the base. There we go. Now we'll take our screws. Isn't it fun watching somebody put screws in an instrument? What's happening, Stu?
I'm just checking in on some stuff here.
Nice.
The lady with the last name of Regan called.
Did
how to stick install Melissa?
I haven't talked to anybody about that.
Okay, because it shows she called twice today. It's around 11. So I'll call her back and figure it out. I just wanted to make sure I'm not dropping the ball.
She said she called today at 11?
Well, I know she did because it's on the caller ID. It was on the caller ID before I accidentally erased it.
I may not. She probably called before we were open.
Yeah, it's all good.
Or we were helping 6 other people. They had that one guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy that was sitting here where Jay came in.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm going to go out and finish. I'm done with this. Basically, I just got to clean it out.
Perfect.
He's on his way to get it, and then I'll get this other thing.
Okay.
I do have to go to the post office after a little bit, but I'm going to go check our mailbox while I'm waiting for CJ.
Okay. Sounds good, brother. Alright, so now our output jack is fixed. I'm going to go ahead and on these controls, while I'm in there, why not clean them up a little bit, just to make sure. We clean them and lube them all at the same time with this stuff. just a tiny little shot. Doesn't take a shitload of this stuff to really revive pots. This I was able to get at Bi-Mart, and it's a great lube. I used Deoxit for a long time. Well, not very long actually. That stuff comes highly touted as a very good contact cleaner. The problem with it is they send it out without having like a I mean, this is perfection when it comes to distributing the product from this bottle. Deoxit got hosed and have hosed most of their clients by putting these odd, weird spray nozzle looking, Star Trek looking shit on their bottles, and half of the product ends up dripping all over the bench. And I've gone through 2 full bottles using about half of them. They did refund me my money on one, but I'll never buy that product again until they just start using a can like a WD-40 can. Like, give me a fucking straw and a nozzle, right? All right, just flipping these controls to make sure they're working properly. They feel really nice. Get my super glue put away. Wow, this base is actually kind of heavy. So there you go. And we're all put back together, or at least have the let's get this body cavity cover on here. And I use this little, I like to use my little magnetic dish for screws and stuff like this. And I have other parts in here that are for projects that I'm in the middle of working on. I just leave them. That way I don't lose them and I know right where they are. Alright, so we're going to get on to fixing another issue on this instrument here soon enough. And I'm hoping I have the right direction. You'll know what I mean here in a moment. Isn't it fun watching somebody turn screws on the internet? I'm going to check the chat and see if anybody had any questions or comments about it. Yeah, screwing around, yeah. God, if you only knew. Let's go back. Okay. What amp are you after, Nelson? If you're still here, what are you thinking about getting? And are we talking about a guitar amp or a bass amp, or did you have something specific in mind that you really want to get? You know, a twin reverb or a deluxe or a Marshall JCM 800, Mesa single rectifier. Alright, there's a lot of them out there, right? Okay, let's get this stuff picked up and put away. I don't need this stuff on my bench right at the moment. Alright, so here's our other big issue with this instrument. Number one, we're going to put new strings on it. You can take a look at the fingerboard and how dirty it is and how corroded and gross these frets are. And I could probably just, by wiping one of them with just a dry rag, yeah, you can see the difference there. So we're going to clean up the fingerboard, but more importantly, let me get camera. I keep trying to get my camera guy to. So obviously somebody's put the strings on incorrectly on these types of machines. I showed him how to do this with this one, but we're going to go ahead and put new strings on it. But this, so that's broken, so let's fix it. We're going to put new strings on this thing anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and pull all the strings off of this bass right now. And while I have the strings off of it, I will turn the truss rod and get the neck level so that we can then adjust the string action and everything appropriately. Now, again, we were having a discussion earlier while I was having lunch about throwing shit away. It's broke, throw it away. This one is definitely broke. There's no two ways about that. However, this knob could be used in the future for another repair. It depends on what kind of shape it's in, because it looks like somebody had used some on this, what is it called? JB Weld, is what I'm guessing. So let's get these strings off of here. We'll remove those soon enough. But let's take a look at this machine head situation. Alright. Again, I hope my camera guy's doing an okay job. We'll try and get you here in the action as best I can. Alright, so this one is busted, and I'm hoping, and I do not have, that is not, I have two of these existing, and they're backwards, of course. However, I should be able to maybe pull the guts out of one of these and replace it. We'll have to see if that works. This is definitely something in here is stripped. We'll see if we can repair it. But I'm guessing that either a tooth is broke or there's a screw missing out of this. And this handle definitely was broken. My metal. I was hoping that one of these would be the right fit, but it's obviously these go on this side of the instrument, not this side. It would turn the opposite direction, unfortunately. So you'd be down tuning it to tune it up. Be kind of odd. I don't want to do that to this kid. So we will see what we got going here. Come out. Woo! That's a pretty serious screw. All right. There we go. And yeah.
Didn't give you no problems? Oh, it was typical, you know. Of course, you know, you trimmed that out, but you trimmed everything but the right thing to make it easy for me.
Naturally.
Yeah, so I slide her in there, she wouldn't go, so I had to do this a little modified.
So what I'm going to attempt to do in this case is remove this stem. I should be able to pull this gear off of here and put one from one of these other tuners. I'm hoping if it's the right direction. I'm not 100% certain if I will be able to do that. Okay, so here's all that. And there's a bunch of ground up parts. It's kind of the stuff that you don't want to see in your oil pan on your car. Alright, so let's pull one of these apart. We'll pull this one apart and see if we can't replace. Oh, they're totally different splines. Doggone it, I think they are. Well, maybe not. Come on apart here. Come out of there. Come out of there, you devil. There we go. Boy, am I going to be able to do this. I still think this is going to turn the wrong direction, actually. But let's just check it. Because I wonder if somebody had... No, they have different... The gears are different. So we're going to have to go to plan B here. Dag nabbit. That's a bummer. All that saving pizzas and parts, and the one that I have here just isn't going to solve it. And of course, you got a 50-50 chance, and I had the opposite side. It's a 2 and 2 base situation instead of all 4 on one side, and I have the 2 that are on for the opposite side, of course. Dang nabbit. That's a bummer. I can't swap out these gears, unfortunately. There we go. Forgive me, I'm putting this thing back together again, so the next one that comes in that needs parts, I can fix it. There we go. Alright. Dang. That's a bummer. Any ideas? Anybody else have an idea of what I might do at this point? Throw it away? So we'll save that for a rainy day. Alright. Well, I do have other spare. Yeah, and you can see what's happened to this. It got ground off. Boy, and to find this exact spline, I've got a ton of machine heads out there. You know what I might want to do is go out and dig through my bucket again. Let's see. I think I should do that. Check the chat, see how everybody's doing. Hello, Justin. Hey guys, we got a major big-time studio engineer sitting in with us. Thank you for being here, Justin. Yeah, man, I'm bummed. Screw missing. Yeah. Cool. Okay. I need to go look through. I'm going to grab my bucket of machine heads out there and see if I can't dig through them and find one of these gears to try and replace in this without having to replace the whole machine head. I'm going to also look here. I know I've got some spares. Where did you go? Where are you? Where? Spare parts coming out my ears. But where are they? Well, unfortunately, these are way too big. Although, I might be able to make one of these work. Let's see, what are they? J-base. So that should mean that this is going to be the wrong direction. Because they have, a J-base has 4 on the top side, and of course the one that's broken is the D string, and it's the opposing side, and most bases don't have a 2 and 2 configuration. Which means, yeah, I'm not going to even try that. Alright, so let's look elsewhere. I know I have a full set of black. But they're probably for the wrong side of the instrument. I mean, wouldn't you know it? Is that them? Nope, those are knobs. Hang on. I wish you could see me digging through all these parts down here. It's amazing. Bags and bags. However, I do have some of these guys, and I'm wondering what I'm looking at is the nope, that's too small. Actually, I take that back. Holy smokes. I might just have got lucky here, fellas. Ladies and gentlemen, I may just have gotten lucky. I don't know if this is the right direction, but we shall see. Ooh, come out of there. And we'll see if it'll even fit. Let's stem. I doubt it. Nope. Alright. Spending a lot of time trying to find a machine head for this bass. All these spare parts, and boy. Okay, I need to go grab the bucket of machine heads and see if I can find the right stuff. Let me roll this bad boy over and let y'all view the glory of a Yamaha bass. So if anybody cares to go ahead and clean the fingerboard while I'm gone for a few moments here, go ahead, just clean it really well. Get the frets polished and get some linseed oil on the neck while I'm gone. Okay. Whee! Yeah, Justin, I hear you. Hey. Did you get her done?
It's all done.
Guess what?
What?
Opposite sides.
Yeah, I had a feeling. Yeah, are they the same machine though?
They are. Well, no. Here's.
That's the one that's stripped.
Yeah. And the gear is actually completely. Where did the gear go?
Oh, it's a small gear. Like
Yeah, it's a little dinky one, but you can see that one spot on it. Right there got chewed up.
Oh, I think I have one of these.
I was gonna go grab that bucket and start digging through it.
There should be a gear of that size in there.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. But it's got to have, doesn't it? It still has to have the direction.
Nope, because they're cut the same. That's the thing. People make the mistake all the time.
This is where the direction happens.
It happens on which side it's on. It has nothing to the gear cut's identical. You can swap gears from one side to another.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and take this shaft with me. You guys, I'll be back in a few moments. Go ahead and clean this bass neck for me while I'm step away here. Alright. Grab my jacket. I think it's raining outside.
There's that bucket, and then there's that little other bucket too. There's two little buckets.
Oh. If I find one, I'll bring it in. Almost like, even one for an old acoustic guitar with anything would work. Yeah, it's that close here.
Good. You were waiting on some CDs, weren't you, Bill? Okay, and you paid on all of them, or? Okay, you paid on the for the edict for pre-op. I think you paid for that one, but the other two you haven't paid. You haven't paid for any of them? Okay, well, let me look here. All right. Because I remember when you came in and got the. Let's see what happens. Let me look. Wrong thing down here. Now your address, I want to get that right. So before I get to the paying thing, is it 27359 Pine Creek Road, John Day 97845? All right, perfect. That's good. That's what I wanted to know. Let's add all these darn things up, and then it's going to cost. Last time I shipped CDs, it was almost over $8. And I know that's crazy. It was cheaper than that before, but I can do these all for $8. So let me add this up here, and we'll have that.
All right. Well, welcome back. Sorry to leave you all alone for so long. My goodness. Look what I found. Look at that. I brought in my bucket of bolts just in case. Just in case this doesn't work. We'll check this. See if that fits. It certainly does. Whew. Don't drop that. Now let's see if the screw will fit back in there. And we'll see if it works. Alright. I'm still trying to get my cameraman to stay sober long enough for me to fix something. Look at that. Have we fixed it? Have we fixed it? Have we fixed it? There we go. I think we've repaired it. We shall see. All these spare parts. And kind of show you a little bit. Let's flip this baby back over. Hello.
Howdy.
You got a bass lesson today.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm fixing a bass right now, man. Good old Yamaha.
Oh, it's missing. I said, what? They got 3 strings now.
Yeah, it's a 3-stringer. So, proof that we don't throw anything away. This is my journeyman Stu's collection of tuning keys and machine heads, and it's like for classical guitars. And the bottom of this bucket is just loaded with stuff that, you know, you need one of those. You can pull a spline out of there, or fix one, or whatever. There's an old Grover, probably came off a 59 Les Paul. Right? Anyhow, but we have tons of these little gears and things like that in here, and I think I found the correct one to repair this bass. So we're gonna go ahead and screw it. Put these screws back in here. Where's my Phillips drive? Here it is. And we can move forward with fixing up this bass. Yeah, the screws fit very nicely again. I'm hoping that it does turn the right direction and that it will be able to tune a string up. the teeth on the handle don't appear to be stripped. We'll have to try it and see what the doctor says. We're not doing a massive cleanup on this instrument. The young man that owns this was concerned about how much it might cost to have me do this work on this instrument. And I'm able to do it for whatever I want, because the owner of the shop isn't here today, so I can sell shit for whatever I want, right? Alright. And it does turn the correct direction, and it spins all the way around. So we will hope that that's problem solved. It's so cool to have spare parts. So we've fixed that, so I'm going to go ahead and get the strings off of this bass. There's going to be some bass noise going on because we're doing guitar lessons or bass lessons today here at the shop. So that noise is going to be a bass. And you guys will get to listen to this. The gentleman doing lessons, his name is Earl. He's just a fantastic guy, really cool dude. Fun to visit with. I've worked on a couple of his instruments, and some of you may have seen them. He owns some really nice basses. And his the student that he's working with right now has been growing immensely. I've gotten to listen to him learn from Earl. Earl plays in our local symphony, and also plays in a couple of rock like cover type bands here in town. Super cool dude. And a really fantastic bass player. Yes, I said it. Okay. Woohoo. All right. I'm gonna get my soldering stuff put away. Got my gun shut off. Yeah. Okay. Hope everybody's doing all right out there. Yeah. 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 Yeah, and you know, yeah, living in a small town like this, Justin, and you well know, you lived here for a few years. Definitely, if you throw something away, you probably made a huge mistake. We try to do as much business locally as we can to keep our fellow businesses open. That's why I eat at places like Cock and Bull and never at McDonald's. Although McDonald's does employ a lot of people here in our community, I'd rather go eat at 10 Depot or Cock and Bull, places like that. Just keep local business, and I never, ever, ever set foot in Walmart, ever, regardless. Alright, so we got that. Let's clean the fingerboard. This is going to take some doing because this fingerboard is really a mess. Really, really a mess. So I'm going to start off with opening up some paper towels here. Come on. Ooh, I'm going to have to get some more paper towels. I'm running out. We're going to do the old simple green trick on this bad boy. And get my toothbrush out. And get my simple green. And here we go. Get all the DNA off this fingerboard. This is going to be gross. Get ready. Kind of a big neck, so hoping that my camera guy can get it all in the photo, in the frame. Isn't it fun? You know, this sort of stuff is really not totally necessary, but I definitely want to clean this fingerboard. This is pretty disgusting. I'm guessing this base has had a pretty rough life in the condition that it's in, and the condition of the frets. They are just disgusting. Getting all the DNA off the fingerboard. Isn't that beautiful? You want to be careful with the super green, or simple green. If you do this on your instrument, you want to make sure to get all of it off of there as quickly as you can, because it'll leave stains on the back of the neck once you get all the DNA mixed in with it. Probably won't hit this with a razor blade today, just due to time constraints, more so than anything. But this should do a pretty good job of knocking off all the guck. Woohoo! Should probably wear rubber gloves doing this, but I are a plumber. I'm not too worried about it. I've gotten some nasty shit on me before, and I think it's helped keep me healthy and immune to a lot of shit. I've let my body do the work. I did catch COVID. I was diagnosed with COVID and had it. Made me really sick. I don't even test for it anymore if I catch a cold. I'm not going to bother testing for it. I don't care if I have COVID or a cold. There's nothing we can do about it. It is with us to stay.
I'll put the speakers in for nothing.
There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna hit this with some 600 grit. Where are ya? Here we are.
Is that the ones that'll fit?
They'll fit. And these will also fit better, probably.
Hello.
How's it
Yeah,
going?
after there, Stu.
I'm thinking about. I have any 6752s back there?
In 67 fit right. Yeah, of course it's way down on the bottom, man.
That's where they have to be.
Come here. There you go. That might be the last set of those that we've got at the moment,
These
Stu.
fit better. Yeah, these are great. These are what I needed.
Those gonna work?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
These fit better. So they're going to sound better.
All right.
Those are great speakers, but they're going to be a little hard to get in them holes. They'll go, but they just don't go as well. These are GM 6.5, 6.75. Because
Alright.
GM size is a little off.
So we're gonna have to go over this whole instrument, and I'm not gonna go any further than using 600 grit. Just given the time frame that I've got to get this thing done and keep the cost down for this young man.
How much of the rockers?
Isn't this fun?
They're not going to sound any better, you know.
You need something else,
They're
too?
red box
Oh.
Rockfords, which are $160 to install. They would sound better. Maybe. That's a matter of opinion. If we're not swapping that grease out, I think this is the way to go. These are going to be not any better. I would do these as my truck, honestly. Because the bass is going to be better. Because they're going to fit better. So they're going to have a better bass response. These are going to have more highs, but they're also going to be less bass.
I want like a mid to bass range.
Yeah, this is going to be good. This is what you want.
Because the high pitched noises hurt my ears.
Yep. Well, that's the problem. These have two tweets. They have a real high pitched tweet and then a really high pitched tweeter. They're so you can compete with the real merchant subs. But I don't like the sound. I mean, I like them, but if I want it.
What would you rather play on?
They sound more natural, and you can put a buttload of power into them, and you're not going to hurt them.
Hello there, young man.
Pumping through is dangerous stuff. And then
Right,
I have to cut some bells
but
and
you're
freaking
gonna turn that
buckles.
deck way up to keep up with that sub. If you decide to go loud, you're gonna wanna turn it up. You know, you're gonna have a buttload of bass coming out of that deck, but because it's gonna be coming out of the sub, and then that deck will put out more volume.
You can see
These
the
would handle
the
it
difference between this and this.
honestly.
It's incredible. Let's see.
I just know from experience.
Yeah, good for you.
And the mounting depth thing. See,
Well, the one that
Takes
I
20
always
minutes to
loved
go.
was
Yeah, I
the
hear you.
they don't fit. They're too deep.
I used
Kinda
Simple
why I said
Green
I kinda wish, but-
for cleaning the fingerboard.
See those Infinity
right there.
boxes over there? They're about that tall,
Mhm.
and they just have too big. It's like these will barely go.
That's
You
cool.
see a little shallow, but you have to shoehorn them in there, and these are gonna sound
Yeah.
good in there.
So that's what I used to clean it. Very great cleaner, and you can see it really did a great job getting all that
If you were
DNA
carrying them out the door,
off
I'd
the
charge
fingerboard.
$80 for 'em, but I always charge $100. Nobody wants
So I gotta stay
to put 'em in there.
stay on task here, trying to get this polishing done as quickly as possible. This is not going to be a perfect job. This is a wham bam thank you ma'am type of deal that I'm doing here on this instrument. Again, I'm trying to do it quickly rather than taking the normal amount of time I would to polish and clean the frets like I normally would do on this. This is unacceptable. I can't send it home like that and put my name on it. So I'll have to do all, what is this thing, 24 frets. And I'm at the 12th, so I'm going to flip my sandpaper over and we'll get you pointed at the action here. Sorry, my cameraman's still been drinking heavily, I think. Justin, I think I went to bed last night at about 3:30. It was late. Had fun doing that stream, the chug stream. Oh, watching Richard struggle with that chugging action is so, it's amazing. We forget how much technique goes into doing something as simple as we call simple chugging on a guitar. Forget all of the technical stuff that goes along with it. Amazing. When I was working on that last night on my live stream, I was kind of shocked at thinking about all of the technical shit that I was doing to make it sound that way. Pretty amazing, all the stuff you got to do. Isn't it fun? Lots of elbow grease. Sometimes this work is, you know, you think, you work on guitars, that's easy. You do this all day long. My right arm, this baby is tough. It's tough. Alright, getting there, getting close. We're only going to go once with this 600 grit. I'm not going to go any further than that. This is going to be far better than what they were. And these frets are going to look a whole lot nicer and feel a whole lot nicer to play. No, it's a real boring part of the broadcast here. But this is what it takes if you're working on your own instrument, and that's why I put these videos up. If you do choose to work on your own instrument, you should do it correctly. And again, living in a small town, there aren't a lot of services like mine available, so we have to I like to share this stuff with folks, and I do not share every secret that I do on these things. I do keep some stuff to myself. There are little things that I do that you can see, and some stuff, yeah, you don't. You'll encounter those when you're working on your own instruments. You'll go, how do you take care of that? Well, Alright, so I've gotten this thing fingerboard all polished. You'll notice there's little kind of scrape marks out in the middle here. Take some denatured alcohol at this point and wipe this thing down real quick with a clean rag. I'm just doing this to knock any remaining DNA or any remaining material from the simple green off the fingerboard. Denatured alcohol evaporates into nothing, and it's very safe to use on finishes on instruments. And you watch this wood turn almost totally white. Well, I mean, it looks white to me. Alright. Looking really sharp. Isn't that better? What would you rather play? What it was before or what it is now? There we go. Okay. There's that. Now, this is where I'm going to need a new towel. And you can see all the material that came off of the fingerboard after wiping it down with denatured alcohol. I recommend everyone get a bottle of denatured alcohol and keep it at your house. Works great for cleaning stuff up. But be careful on plastics and things like that. Okay. One final touch, and see all that gut came off of the fingerboard. I'm down to my last paper towel. I'm gonna have to go get a new thing of paper towels. I'll be right back.
It's all good, buddy.
Yeah, it can be kind of tricky. They get used to reading those repeat times.
Alright. We have new paper towels. There we go. And it's time for some linseed oil, and we're going to watch this neck come back to life. I'm almost out of oil. I got to fill this thing back up, but there's plenty in here to do this fingerboard. Doesn't take much. And look at that. Look at that wood just come right back to life. Isn't that cool? Now we're keeping the good stuff in, the bad stuff out. I use the unboiled linseed oil. I don't use the boiled stuff for no reason. Either one works perfectly. This takes a little bit longer to dry and cure. So what? So there we go. Wipe it on, wipe it off. Don't leave a bunch of shit on the fingerboard. It'll leave thick, shiny spots and just doesn't look great. And it can be uncomfortable or sticky after some time. Okay. Our fingerboard is now all fixed up, looking sharp. Well, there we go. And now I'm going to go ahead and clean the body of this guitar. I like to do this after I've done all the other cleanup and such. Sometimes I'll clean them first, but in this case, this kid's not even going to know what happened to his bass. This thing is really dirty. Be like, wow, it's red.
exact same thing as this.
There we go. Let's see what's going on. Get this out of the way. I love fixing instruments. It's so cool to bring them back to life. This thing would have been useless before today. So cool. And the other thing is that this instrument is likely going to get played tonight at an open mic. So I'm under the gun to get this thing done and make it look pretty. I might even go to the open mic and see what's happening down there. I typically don't play. I play enough outside of that that it's fun to go listen.
So you try it like first position here, and then go up to that fifth fret, and then swing go up this thing.
And again, I appreciate y'all hanging with me today. Yeah, isn't that cool? This kid's, man, he's grown a lot. You'll all be very proud of him. I am. Very cool. All right, let's flip her over, clean the back side, clean the sides. Here's what she looks like at this point.
That way you just pick up that E and that D.
Woohoo! Look at that. It's looking so much nicer already. That just looks great. When the lights hit it tonight, people will be blinded. Blinded by the light. Did everybody watch Beato's broadcast yesterday, or on the 70s one-hit wonders? Ugh. I am not a fan of most of those songs. I just don't really like them. That era of music is something I'm not really that terribly into. I mean, of course, there was some great music that came from there. Van Halen, Queen, you know. But in modern times, it's hard to listen to sometimes. Okay. A little self-indulgent opinion, right? There we go. Time for some strings. Wait till you get a load of these strings. Wrapped up like it. Nice. Alright. Hopefully everybody's doing good. Yeah, the stroke. Yeah, oop, I gotta be careful of what's her face. I'm not be careful. I know it's not her that's doing the copyright bullshit. She probably gives a shit that I'm show her in my videos, but she's on every day. Thank God I don't have to listen to it. Okay, let me go get some strings. I might need to call this kid and see where he wants me to tune these. These are the strings that I use. Yes, that is the price. Bass players, find these. It's a classic 45 to 105, 15 bucks for a set of these guys. And they have a Surgeon General's warning on here that I'll hold that up for a moment. You can pause and read the important information contained there on the Surgeon General's warning. Okay. Here we go. Let's string her up. They're shipped like this. How do you know which one's which? One's bigger than the other, right? Okay. That's how you figure that out. I think it's funny to listen to people bitch about the strings not being labeled when you pull them out of a package. Really? I think we're going to have to adjust the pickup height also on this instrument. Yep, perfect. There's the E, there's the A, and we're definitely going to do a setup on this bad boy. Alright, so with this saddle, the way it is, Let's see. Oh, you can't see what I'm doing down here. Give me a second. I'm gonna have to fire that cameraman. He sucks. He sucks really bad. Sucks hard. Oh, and here's the old stripped out gear. And you know what I am gonna do? I'm gonna throw this in the garbage because I don't want to use that on another instrument. So that went in the garbage. Yeah, I do throw stuff away once in a great while. Have to. I need to check my blood sugar. I feel like it's getting a little low. I'm so in touch with myself that I can feel when my blood glucose gets low. Yes, I'm a type 1 diabetic. I've got wonderful technology hooked up to my stomach here that allows me to know what my blood glucose is with the push of a button. And look at that. Where's my blood glucose? I'm at 55 right now. So I'm going to take a moment and visit with y'all. Deuce, yeah. Kiss. You know, and I'm getting started on this. What is it? This is a Yamaha bass. This morning, I was working on an Iceman, which that guitar was made famous by Paul Stanley from the band Kiss. I cannot stand Kiss. Cannot stand that band. Not a fan at all. Terrible songwriting, terrible production, but boy, one of the biggest bands in the world ever.
I'm gonna run this over and ship it. I'll be right back.
Perfect.
Did you find a gear for that machine head?
I found one. You're the man.
All right.
All right, I brought the bucket in just in case.
All right. Good bit. Good deal.
So, I gotta eat some Skittles here real quick. I hate Skittles, so I don't buy them. I don't buy sugar stuff, and I only eat this sort of thing in an emergency when my blood glucose gets low. But I don't like the flavor of them, so I'm not gonna, be drawn to eating them on a whim. Or eat them to correct low blood glucose. Oh, really? Hmm. You don't have to be good to be good. Mm. Yeah, no more poking the finger. I've done that my whole life until I think it was 3 or 4 years ago when this technology was released to the public. It's been around for nearly a decade, but it was primarily used in military applications. But this right here, game changer. I have never had such great control of the disease that I have. You wouldn't even know I have it if I didn't say anything. Nobody would. And also, I'm wearing the same shirt. I've been wearing the same shirt for a few days in a row now. And the reason for that is I've been shooting video that I'll be editing tonight. And I needed to have the same shirt on so that I didn't have a costume change, if you will, here at my bench. Oh man. Yeah, I was for a while doing videos on my social media outlet. It's kind of showing the beauty of using one of these things, and I felt like it wasn't being accepted really well, so I kind of knocked it off. But I do support, if you are a type 1 diabetic, there's my alarm going off. Yeah, I too don't use an insulin pump. Um, I tried one about 6 years ago, um, and it just did not seem to work well with me. Getting that basal rate right. I've always been on a sliding scale with my insulin injections. I count carbs and take insulin accordingly. I take one shot of the long-acting, I believe it's called Lantus type of insulin. They've changed that to a different brand because Lantus was so expensive. Of course, we're being raped by pharmaceutical companies. Um, but anyhow, take one shot of Lantus and then I do a sliding scale. My doctor knows that she doesn't have to tell me to take this certain amount this time of day and this certain amount this time of day. I take upwards of 10 or 11, 12 shots a day sometimes, and I still use a syringe, and I don't feel like wasting those plastic preloaded pens that they send out that you end up throwing this big, huge chunk of plastic in the garbage every, couple weeks. What a waste. So yeah, I haven't gone to using a pump yet. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, and I'm a firm believer in that, and I'm living proof. Give me a few moments here. It'll take me a few minutes for my blood glucose to get up. It says it's 54, and it's at 54 right now, and I can feel that definitely. Well, I highly recommend that your dad get the Dexcom G6 device. He has a phone, I would assume. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. I get it. I would, with the insulin pumps, something that I recognized at that time was every single day I thought I was forgetting to do something. I would walk around like, what the fuck did I forget to do? It was the pump. Tremor. A normal human, that's a great question. Thank you for asking that. I appreciate that. Normal glucose in the United States is 100 mg DL. The number that you're looking for, my number is right now showing at 54. So I have about half of the glucose in my bloodstream that is needed to operate at a normal working level. Normal people will drop as low as 70, 75, and they'll run up as high as a normal person could be up at 130. And if you don't eat for a long time and we're able to check your blood glucose, you might be down at 80. That's normal. It fluctuates between 80 and about 120 for a normal person. So my target is 100 at all times. Yeah. I've been taking insulin injections since I was 11 years old, and I think I had one of the greatest doctors who's ever lived, who helped me deal with it as a young person.
So then you're going to do it on the D string.
It does, yes. The way I kind of describe, and this is an interesting conversation for a guitar repair web YouTube channel, and I appreciate it. And I'm completely open about my disease that I have. It is a disease. Yeah. What I notice is that I have a hard time focusing on a specific task or a thought. I just can't kind of reel myself in and get everything out. Even right now, I'm kind of, when I'm talking, I can feel that I'm not well focused. And it's funny that something like Skittles is the cure. I took a little too much insulin when I ate my lunch today. Meaning I took more insulin than I should have. I'm gonna stop. I've been sitting there carping down these Skittles, and this thing is horrible. Ugh. Gross. Block. Okay. So I've eaten enough Skittles at this point. Of course, I've been doing it long enough that I kind of know what I need to do in these moments. In this moment. All right, let's start getting some strings on this bad boy. I think I'm clear-headed enough to. Oops, sorry. Again, I gotta talk to my cameraman. He's a drunk. Then, oh, and here's something else that I'm gonna learn how to do. We have a guy coming in to teach me how to put cork on one of these. I've never done it before, so he's gonna show me how to do that. So I'm gonna learn a new skill here shortly. All right, my cutters, where are they? Got my cutters, and I'm gonna go about that far. Beyond it, this is kind of almost two of them, but
the same pattern. Starts on the A, starts on the D.
no. Got to make sure I'm going the right direction. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Is this one stripped also? No? Okay. Alright.
Same pattern. Getting a lot better again.
Okay.
Find the finger you like, write it down. That way you'll always play with the string.
Again, I'm kind of going double. So 1, 2.
That's fine. I mean, until you build up.
And I've got 3 good wraps around that machine head, which is perfect, in my humble opinion. Woohoo! I love this string tree. I'm going to go ahead and wind this one from this point. Mechanically, feels like it's winding up very nicely. And these strings before, they were just kind of fed through there and dropping out the outside of this thing. The guy just didn't know how to put strings, or whoever put strings on this last time didn't fully know how to use these machine heads correctly. This is archaic technology, but I love these kinds of machine heads. I think they just look cool. And for string changes, they're really simple. Simple to use.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that at all.
Ooh, listen to that. Now, you bass players out there, I know you guys don't ever hear new strings. This is what a new string sounds like on a bass guitar. Well, that sounds weird. That's my block. Wiggling. Okay, here we go. This is the machine head that we repaired today. Again, go 1, 2. Cut this bad boy off. Run it under the string tree. Remember to do that. And I think our machine head is fixed. We'll see what happens. Oh, there's a spot right there where it gets tied up and it stops spinning. Okay, I don't want to. Okay, so we're gonna have to take a look inside here to see what's going on with that. I'm gonna go ahead and put this last string on. So this machine head is not completely fixed at this point. got some more work to do. Welcome to the bench, right? Now, I realize not a lot of guys do these kind of live streams that are guitar repair channels, and this is a big reason why. You end up, it takes a long time to do a specific work on an instrument, especially if you're repairing something. But hopefully you guys are enjoying each other's company in the chat, and maybe getting a little bit of a education on how to fix stuff. If you Alright, let's see what's going on with this machine head now. Okay. So we've got a spot inside here where she is not wanting to, she's not wanting to turn past. I'm guessing that this stem is probably now a culprit, which I have more of the stems, I believe. I hope. Boy, I was hoping that that was going to be the solve, but unfortunately. What I'm going to try and do is remove this cover without pulling the machine head off of here. Oop. Knocking my tools on the floor. Come out of there. There we go. Okay. Alright, so
you're still basically still down in your lower position.
just watching the splines go. So the moment that gets tight,
Playing a higher than should be. Okay, start with your open A string. Now your B is just right here, second fret.
once it starts to get tension on it, make sure that's lining on there.
First finger and fourth finger. Then slide back for your C sharp. Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, there you go.
That spot right there.
Let's try that one.
What is happening here? One. I can see that those are not. Doggone it. It lines up until it gets. Well, it doesn't even have tension on it. It's almost as if there's. Maybe this thing is bent. I am going to try. I hope y'all can see what I'm doing here. Having to get a little bit creative. I'm going to flip this 180 degrees. Hook this. I don't think this will help anything, but we'll see.
You don't want to worry about this one yet. I still like doing this one because that just gives you a good workout on all the different.
I have no idea if that'll make any difference in the world. It might just tie up again on the other side, but we'll see. Okay.
Practice that one this week.
Yeah, it's wanting to get too far away. Any ideas? I think you guys can see what I'm battling. Okay. So, got an issue with this machine head that's still wanting to. The gears they line up and everything spins, and then at one moment it does something like that where the gears are kind of crossing on top of one another.
You can go ahead and frac some, but
Man.
let me do this one again.
Okay. Well, what are we gonna die? Shall we try to replace the arm,
Okay.
the actual handle itself?
Half notes. So you're playing.
I don't know if I'll be able to get this one out of here,
Two count in the third
and
count.
it'll
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1.
I'm not sure if I can do this. We're gonna the same side. Yeah, we're gonna try this. What I'm worried about is I'm gonna do this and it'll be spinning the wrong direction. So, oh, I'm sorry, my camera guy's drunk again. There he is. So, what I'm gonna do is take this one. I'm gonna pull this out of here and put it in here. This whole piece. See if I can do this. Let's see.
Yeah, I think when you're not sure where your notes are, you want to keep just playing it, sliding these fingers. Just kind of get used to.
Man, I hope I can do this. I'd love to see this kid get to use this bass tonight. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna keep all this stuff together. I don't know if I'll be able to even get this spline out of here. Will this come out? Yes, it will. Okay. So
Let's do the A major scale.
I'm gonna keep that. Let's see what we can do here. This will be cool if this works. I don't know if it'll spin the right direction. I don't think it will, but okay. So the width is the same. That's great. And I'm gonna have to tap that into position here. Get a little wood block. Oh, where's my wood block? There we are. There's a little block of wood. And get this stuff out of the way. So what I got to do is get that shaft or the spline driven down into this seat of this. A little bit more. Being careful not to break my table. It's too big.
You can see, you get into that.
There's no way.
Pattern on different, same pattern on different. Okay, I think we're done.
Too big.
Today.
Dag nabbit.
Practice this one.
You got 3 of them there, it looks like.
A major scale.
Hmm.
We'll do this one again, and we'll do our old standard. Sorry about that. You know, this one.
Boy, I suppose I could modify this a little bit. Might have to get the Dremel out and start doing some grinding on this thing to get this to sit far enough over. Then I'm going to have to drill out this hole to get that to fit through there. But I think I can make it work. I think. Alright. Well, you know what? I've been streaming for a while, and I really, I would flip it over. Flip it over. I wish. Man. Yeah, unfortunately, the size of these two different machine heads are slightly different. But before I get too crazy about wanting to just have to use that one, because it appears to me that, where did the original handle go? Where are you? There you are. Now, obviously this handle's been, oops, sorry. This handle's been broken, or they glued a handle onto this with a JB weld. But something, I don't know if that thing got bent or what. I'm gonna see. Let's before we get too bummed out. Here. See. Look at that. I have another one. It matches. Okay. Well, let's give it a try. Here we go. Let's see. Put that in there. There's that. Look at that. Too thin. This diameter of this. It's definitely interesting. Oh boy, there we go. Okay, I'm gonna be looking for a screw and a gear for the next 25 minutes. 25.837 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and shut the stream down and get back to work on this thing. I really got to get this fixed. That's a bummer that dropped. So Earl, take care, brother. So thank you all for hanging with me today. It was fun talking with you all about diabetes and the other subjects that we covered today. I hope you all have a wonderful evening and peace.